My name is Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Now, here's your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Hi, my name is
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I know I enjoyed my time with my family, and I hope everyone had a wonderful Father's Day. For all you fathers out there, I hope yesterday was super duper special. And, man, in the world of sports, it's been a little bit special, you could say, all over the place, man. We actually got Game 5. The Dallas Mavericks figured it out. Luka looked great. And I don't know if it's as much as, and I know that people are right now looking for things to talk about. And oh, my goodness, after one win, are you like Game 4? Game 4, Game 4, Game 4. They figured something out. Luka has now figured out the Boston Celtics. No, I don't think so. I just don't think that's going to be the case. We do have game number 5. It's back in Boston. Who knows what could happen? Could we make this bad boy a series? We're going to talk a little hoops. We're going to talk about the Celtics. We're going to talk about the Mavericks. And we are going to have a lot of fun because, Jake Crane from the J-Boy Crane and Company joined me today. I got so many things to talk about from the College World Series, which I just have to say, I love the College World Series. I love the ping of the bat. I love how every at-bat is so important. I love characters like Tony Vitello. I love guys hitting home runs and pimping fur coats. I love seeing the parents in the stands. I love how every single at-bat feels like the most important thing in these young people's lives. And I also like college baseball because you don't see this as much in the pros. And what I'm talking about are errors, pitchers who come in there and get a little bit wild and lose themselves, or people who stand up and just take over a ball game. And all you have to do is, if you watched any of the Vols Florida State game Friday night, I mean, there are multiple teams right now still chasing this bad boy, but boy, does it feel like the Vols might be a team of destiny. They might be Destiny's little darling, because it does to me, because this team, the Vols, were down 11-8, and they ended up winning on a walk-off 12-11 win over Florida State. And let's just be real, if you paid any attention, with 2 outs, my man goes to check up on the swing. They say he's safe. I would say 50-50. Technically, by the rule, it crossed the front of his hip. It was a swing. It should have been strike 3. The ball game could have been over. But then the Vols string together 4 hits with 2 outs and come back and beat Florida State, who then the very next day, Florida State's in an elimination game. They took care of their business. If you watched Tennessee last night, they were on point. They beat North Carolina. And again, Vance Honeycutt, he was the offense for North Carolina, hit another bomb. This guy I've been talking about a whole lot because he's just that damn good. But I'm telling you, man, I'm really wondering, is this just consumed in the South? Do people just care about college baseball that live in the warmer areas? Again, it's the ACC, SEC College World Series Challenge. I know I'm watching the games. I know my friends are watching the games. I know we watching the games. I'm just wondering, is the rest of the world paying any attention to college baseball? Because Mookie Betts broke his hand this week, and because if you look at baseball as a whole, right now, NBA playoffs, all kinds of stuff going around, a lot of people aren't still paying attention to pro baseball. Do you dive into a little bit of college baseball, like I do? All I know is I love it. I also love tonight that at 7:30 on ABC, we have Boston and Dallas. They are going to get things going. It's the Game 5. Boston, of course, leads the series 3-1. And it's going to be about Kyrie. It's going to be about Luka. And can they go on the road to take care of business? If you looked at the line already, you know it's 6.5. Boston, 6.5-point favorite. Minus the 115. Got to pay a little extra juice if you want to play with the Celtics at home. The total, 209.5. If you've been paying any attention to these games, they have been going under, and under. Especially if you took like Boston under 99.5 points in game number 4, where they only scored 84 points. And they just got housed. And I'm going to talk with Jake Crane a little bit about this. I'm going to talk to a lot of people today because Terry Davis, he's also going to join us, give us the Care Bear stare. How in the heck did Boston come out there and lay an egg? They scored 14 points in the second quarter. I mean, Dallas did look good, but how does that happen? We're going to talk about that and so much more. But now it's time to talk with Jake Crane from Crane & Company. Before we do, though, I got to remind you, this whole first hour is brought to you by Buster's Butcher. You know they got the OG at 199 South Highland Street. That's right there in the University District on Highland and Poplar. It's next door to the liquor store. You can do a little 2-for-1. Pop in there and grab you a bottle of Tito's and go next door and get you some tomahawk steaks or some T-bones or some porterhouse or whatever it is that you want. It's a full-service shop offering all kinds of curated selection, quality meats, cheeses, prepared food, and so much more. Come see why every cut counts at Buster's Butcher. Time to talk with my good buddy Jake Crane from Crane & Company. Hopefully you're paying attention. We used to watch him every single morning. Now it's 3 Eastern, 2 Central. What's up, Jake? How's life treating you, my brother?
Man, it's great. The mornings aren't nearly as early. We're fortunate enough to be able to slide in this afternoon slot now, where our numbers are the best. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it.
Tell everybody what you got coming down the pipe this week, because I know every time I talk to you, you got something special.
Bro, we got a ton. We just had Sage Steele on last week. We're talking a ton of college football. Obviously, College World Series going on right now, which, I mean, the true Johnny Radio is the College World Series already been way better than either one of the professional final series, whether it be the NHL or the NBA. So we're talking all that, and you know how we do it. There's always college football to talk about. I mean, this whole horns down thing being like a problem. Texas don't need to bring that soft serve stuff over here, man. It's only going to make it worse for you.
Yeah, it'll get a lot worse for you. Again, I'll always go back to just thinking about that basketball game and him and the little Texas coach talking to the other kids, and I still just can't believe it. I'd be like, don't be talking to my kids. I'll talk to my kids.
Yeah, bro, this ain't going to work over here. It's like walking into high school and saying, all right, please, nobody bully me. Well, then that means you're about to get bullied mercilessly.
Now, I got to switch gears and get back, though, into this college baseball, because I asked this at the top of the show. Is everybody paying attention to this college baseball? Because, like I said, this college baseball has been ridiculous. If you watched the Florida State-Tennessee game on Friday night, that was out of control. One, I'm grateful because they didn't call that strike 3 on that check swing, which I really think he kind of did go. But then when you have you string together 4 hits with 2 outs to come back and walk off against Florida State 12-11. Feels like Tennessee's destiny's darling. And you saw what they did yesterday. They took care of business with North Carolina. And right now, the only thing North Carolina's got is still Vance Honeycutt, and he's a bad mamma jamma. But Tennessee just feels like a team of destiny right now.
Man, they're living up to the hype. But Johnny Radio, it wasn't just only that game. We started the College World Series with 3 straight games that ended in walk-offs. I mean, you cannot script a better drama than what we've had. And look, I know college baseball isn't the most popular sport, but if you're somebody that's just trying to find something interesting in the sporting world and you've just started watching this, there's no way you haven't become a college baseball fan. So I think it's been fantastic. And I tell you what, man, yeah, Tennessee seems like a team of destiny, but I said this at the beginning, because it really is an SEC, ACC invitational. I feel like any one of these teams can win it. And I look at a team like Kentucky that, continues to find a way to win games when they don't really have a quote-unquote superstar player like some of these other teams do. there's just storyline after storyline. The games have been great. The finishes have been great. And look, man, I mean, we're not even nobody's been eliminated yet.
No. In fact, we do have a little elimination action. Don't we have elimination action today? Don't we?
Florida I believe State, we do. I need to go back and look at it.
State
Yeah, FSU's playing.
And North Carolina State. I think the first game today, that's an elimination game at 1:00. And then, of course, you got the Texas A&M Kentucky game. And I will tell you right now, that game's going to be filthy nasty. I have no idea who I'm leaning.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, at the end of that's what's so great about the ballpark they're playing in is that you can't just guerrilla ball your way to a World Series championship. You've got to be able to make smart decisions on the base paths. You've got to make the routine plays routine. And you've got to be a true full ball club that can win in multiple ways and even play small ball. I mean, heck, Johnny Radio, I've seen a couple bunts.
Yeah, I know, actually. We've seen some bunts, some hella great plays. And what about the 6'5" right fielder robbing a home run and then throwing the guy back out at second base? Look, there's some nut stuff going on in this College World Series.
There really is. There's nothing like a tall outfielder. I mean, heck, I remember watching Serrano for NC State, who I think 6'3" or maybe even 6'4", who plays center field. And it's funny, watching Lavalette, rob that home run, he really didn't even have to jump that high. I don't even think he realized he robbed it. But listen, man, physics is physics, science is science. And if you're tall and you can jump, that always helps.
Man, we've been talking a lot of college baseball because it's going down right now. And, of course, again, is the SEC ACC Challenge. You've had great walk-offs. I mean, again, Vance Honeycutt had a walk-off on Friday, and it was a single. And I feel like this is his fourth walk-off since the tournament started because I know he's got 2 walk-off bombs. Walk-off single. Heck, that might have been, man, that is at least his third walk-off win. That dude is just nasty. But I got to know a little bit something. You've been talking a little bit of football. I got a lot of Ole Miss fans. We are the home of the Ole Miss Rebels here in Memphis, Tennessee. And my goodness, people are blowing me up asking me, ask Jake Crane, the man who's always talking college football, who's coached college football, who's with Blaine, with David Cohn. Y'all talk college football as much as anybody. To Ole Miss fans, I mean, is this their opportunity to have that special year, or is just the SEC so damn deep?
Well, look, I mean, I'm a firm believer in 2 things can be true at once. On one hand, this is the best opportunity that Ole Miss, at least in my lifetime, has ever had to not only win an SEC championship, which they haven't done in my lifetime, but we have a chance to win a national championship. And the difference is this. Ole Miss isn't the Globetrotters anymore. Really good on offense, don't care about defense. That doesn't last. Ask Lincoln Riley. This Ole Miss team, and I got to give credit to Lane Kiffin, is built to win in multiple ways. They don't just have to hope to outscore you in every game and make a tackle or get a red zone stop every now and then. This is a team last year that was top 3 in backfield disruptions in the front 7 on defense. Number 1 in the league in turnover margin, and I think they're going to be even better up front. So the Ole Miss teams of old couldn't win games that were 20 to 13, right? They'd have to beat you 42 to 31 in a big game. Well, now, when you look at what they have up front on both sides of the ball and the way the schedule works out, not that there's an easy schedule in the SEC, but if we're going to go light and heavy, I think Ole Miss and Missouri have 2 of the lightest schedules that there are. Now, how do you handle great expectations? We really haven't seen this with Ole Miss, and there are landmines throughout that schedule, whether it's going to Florida, I believe, after you play Georgia, or a team like Kentucky. The hardest thing for these teams that have kind of entered a new era of we may actually be legitimate championship contenders, it isn't getting up to play the Georgias or the Alabamas or the LSUs. It's getting by those games that you don't play well and still find a way to win with special teams or defense. That's what's going to define whether Ole Miss can finally get over that championship hump or not. And, man, I think they're ready, Johnny Radio. We don't do our predictions until the end, but I'm looking at this Ole Miss team, and I don't see a lot of weaknesses.
No, they got an offensive line that's just like stacked and loaded. Their defensive front's going to be good. They got more wide receivers than they know what to do with. And, Jackson Dart's been playing quarterback for a long damn time. And, I mean, him and Lane Kiffin, when you're sharing a brain with Lane, things are usually working out. But I'm talking a little bit Ole Miss football, and I got to ask you because this is a very important rivalry for you especially. You're a big Auburn fan. Alabama, Kalen DeBoer, Hugh Freeze. How do you see these two guys, like impacting the state of Alabama? And which one right now would you rather, hitch your wagon to, DeBoer or Freeze?
Well, I mean, if we're talking long term, I think if you look at the way that Auburn's recruiting, not that Alabama's recruiting bad by any stretch of the imagination, Auburn's starting to win some of these battles that they haven't won in a long time. I think Hugh Freeze is building the program in the right way. There's got to be a mix of the transfer portal and high school development, and I think he's going to get Auburn back to being respectable. I mean, coming off 3 straight losing seasons. But listen, Kalen DeBoer, even though he's following the greatest college football coach of all time in Nick Saban, I don't care who you're a fan of, that's an obvious truth, I think, to anybody that wants to be realistic. Alabama is also built to win right now with what they have. It's funny, when people were saying when Kalen DeBoer got the job, Alabama, they're just going to fall off. They're not going to be any good anymore. Alabama is still a huge brand, one of the biggest brands, and one of the most attractive places to play in the whole college football realm. I mean, that's going to take multiple years of being mediocre to change. That isn't going to change overnight. And Kalen DeBoer is a heck of a coach. Now, where the difference comes in is that with Nick Saban, and you can even go back to last year, whenever something would go wrong, and it typically inevitably does in high-level college football, Alabama fans would get upset. But Nick Saban had built up so much equity, JR, that they'd be like, oh, he's going to fix it. It's Nick Saban. Look at what he's won. Look at how he's adjusted, and he did it last year. The first time something goes wrong under Kalen DeBoer, what will the level of freak out be? Because he has not built that equity up yet with Alabama fans who have the highest standard. It's like the Soviet Union, right? Like everything is perfect or it's not good at all. So that's what I'm looking for. But I think it's great for the state of Alabama. I think the rivalry is just going to continue to mean more and more and more as Auburn kind of gets back to being able to hang on the national stage somewhat, which I will with Hugh Freeze. But if we're talking about this year, I would take Alabama's team over Auburn, and they get Auburn at home. But long term, I think it's going to be pretty close, man. I really actually believe that.
And when you look at the SEC, defense, running the football, always has the best athletes, plays the best defense in the country. That's what the South is known for. But damn, bro, the quarterback room in the SEC is loaded. I mean, the young kid, the kid that's coming in from Oklahoma, like I haven't seen anything about him, but all I know is everybody and their grandmother keeps telling me that this guy is going to be the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah. Look, Jackson Arnold's going to be really good. I think, and again, he played in the bowl game last year. He's played some mop-up duty. But just like with all young quarterbacks, you got to become a surfer. You've got to ride the wave. There's going to be ups and downs. There's plays where you say, wow. There's plays where you'll say, ow. The difference in Jackson Arnold is I think he's going to continue to learn and grow from those things. So do I think Oklahoma's going to come in this year and win the SEC or be a team that makes the playoff? I don't think they will. But down the stretch, right, with what Brent Venables is doing defensively for Oklahoma, which I don't think enough people talk about, I think mixed with Jackson Arnold and the ability that they have, they are going to be a problem. But you look around the league, the young quarterbacks in this league, right? You look at Garrett Nussmeier, who's bided his time. You look at Nico at Tennessee. I mean, Quinn Ewers is the quarterback at Texas, but Arch Manning is right there. DJ Lagway at Florida. I think Lenoris Sellers at South Carolina is going to be really talented. I just don't know if they can protect him or run the ball. So, look, the SEC is not going to be hurting for quarterbacks going forward. There's a couple quarterback rooms that we still got to find out, right? You look at Auburn, for example.
Peyton Thorne.
Can Peyton Thorne take that next step? But at the end of the day, if we're going to look in the aggregate, the SEC at quarterbacks, I mean, they're happier than Sherman Klump at a Golden Corral.
I got to also bring up the Sanders, man. Shiloh, Shador, Dion, they are always in the news. And at first, man, I was loving it. Now, the story about Shiloh coming out, the judge denying the whole situation with that going on social media. Is the Deion Sanders, once his kids are gone, is he still going to be in college football coaching?
Man, I want to say yes because I don't know if an NFL opportunity will be there. But it comes to a point where all the hype has to translate to winning on the field, right? And when you handle yourself kind of how Deion was, and listen, I don't have a problem with Deion Sanders being confident. I think that's something that 18 to 22-year-old males kind of respond to. But when you go around and talk the way that he talks, you eventually have to walk the walk. Because what happens when all these things that you've been saying doesn't translate to the field? As hot as they were last year at the beginning of the year with game day and big noon or whatever it is going there, they start out with North Dakota State, and I'm telling you right now, that's going to be a tough game for them to win. And as fast as it went downhill, it can go uphill just as fast. So if you're going to carry yourself like this, right, we know how good Shedeur is. We know how good Shiloh is. But if it does not translate on the field, especially after they're gone, I think this could go badly very quickly.
Man, I'm right there with you. Now I got to know we have game number 5 tonight. Dallas finally got a big win. They beat the brakes off Boston. Boston only scored, I think, 35 points in the first half the other night. They looked disinterested. Luka looked awesome. Who you got tonight? Right now, Boston's 6.5-point favorite. The unders have been coming in like madmen in these these games. And right now, that bad boy set, I think, at 204.5. 211.5. What you like today?
Listen,
what you like?
I like Boston minus the 6.5. I'm not going to touch the totals just because, if we're going to score if one team's going to score 122 points and the over still doesn't hit, it makes you kind of want to take the under. But basketball has a way of kind of flipping on itself. We've actually seen that in the NHL the past couple of games when the unders hit totally at the beginning of the series, and now it's kind of reversed. But when I look at the Celtics, you're at home. You got a chance to put their foot on the throat. In the past, Boston has struggled in this situation. But I think tonight, Jason Tatum's going to get his. Jaylen Brown's going to get his. But watch out for guys like Derek White and Al Horford, because this just seems like one of those games, or Drew Holiday, where one of them goes off, and that ends up being the clincher, kind of the icing on top of the cake. I think Boston ends it tonight. Look, Luka and them put up a great fight the other night, but Boston did seem like they were kind of almost resting, getting ready to go back home. And there's nothing like winning the finals at home. Give me the Celtics. I think they may win by double digits.
Dude, I have a feeling I'm back in the Celtics tonight. I was already kind of leaning that way. I also watched it go from minus 110 this morning. It's already up to minus 115. Feels like a little bit of that early action's coming on the Celtics. You might want to jump on it now. You're definitely going to jump on Crane and Company. 2 o'clock today. Blaine, David, Jake. Those 3 dudes, it's the best show going on. If you're tired of certain shows in the morning that you can't stand, trust me, check them out on your YouTube. Follow Jake at @JakeCrane_. And fill in anything I left out, Jake.
Well, JR, I appreciate the kind words as always. Look, we have a good time. It gets heated sometimes because, look, it's an old-school sports show. We're not going to yell at each other for 2 hours, but we don't tell each other what we think before the show. None of it is scripted. We have live calls, a live chat. We have people call in from all over the country and even outside of the country. We talk everything, but at the end of the day, football's king, whether it be the NFL or college. But I tell you what, man, there's a lot of great stuff going on right now with the College World Series. We had an incredible golf tournament this past weekend as well. So if you like the old school sports shows, maybe you've been disinterested in kind of the way that the new wave has gone, come hang out with us. I think you'll have a good time.
Oh, I know they'll have a good time. Make sure you check him out. Last but not least, that was just a choke job of Roy yesterday, right? Just choke.
Oh, God. Couldn't happen to a better dude. Oh, pour it all over me, Johnny Radio. Yeah, man. Look, good for Bryson. I used to not like Bryson. He kind of gave off, excuse my language, but some douchebag vibes.
Yes,
but, man,
he
he's
did.
really turned it around. And watching Rory choke, USA, baby, today, tomorrow, and every day.
Man, he is Jake Crane. Be blessed, my friend. Make sure y'all check him out. We're going to take us a quick time out. On the other side, we got to talk some basketball and some Grizzlies with Terry Davis right here on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Take your basketball shooting and passing skills to new levels at Shoot 360 Memphis. Shoot 360 is a revolutionary basketball training facility that combines cutting-edge science and technology and provides instant objective feedback with actual hands-on, one-on-one expert coaching that will help make you the best basketball player on any court. You've heard about Shoot 360 in Collierville. Well, coming this July, Shoot 360 will have another bigger location in Cordova. Shoot 360 in Collierville and soon in Cordova will transition from 3 and 6 month memberships to a monthly membership model. And yes, you can become a member at both locations. Whether you're an aspiring young talent or NBA player, all skill levels use the Shoot 360 basketball program to learn proper shooting techniques, improve their fundamentals, and gain a competitive edge. Shoot 360 Memphis. Call them today at 901-316-5500. That's 316-5500. Or visit them at 85 Market Center Drive in Collierville. And coming in July to Cordova. The future of basketball training is here. Shoot 360 Memphis.
Hi, folks. The Chevy Sheriff in Collierville with good news for car and truck buyers. Sunrise Chevy has over 500 Chevys available with 9 models that get 30 miles per gallon. GM rebates up to $5,000, and Sunrise discounts high as $10,000. Bad credit? It's okay. You're approved at Sunrise. Immediate financing, top trading, and a $3 million used car inventory specializing in cars and trucks under $20,000. Remember, you can bring your Chevy to Sunrise for service no matter where you bought it. There's always a sale at the Sunrise Chevy Ranch, 385 in Houston Levy. Together, let's drive.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Top Gun is the largest indoor range in the Mid-South, but size isn't their only difference. Top Gun has the best instructors with over 300 years combined experience and classes all the way from first shot to master marksmanship. Plus, Top Gun is affordable. Gold membership is just $48 a month. That's just $1.60 a day for unlimited range time, free gun rentals with purchase of ammo, and members lounge access. Top Gun 2770 Witten Road and TopGunMemphis.com. Always shoot with the best. Top Gun Memphis.
Summertime's finally here, and that means it's time to party. Lucky for you, Family Leisure is having a summertime to party sale. Now, what's all included in this party sale? Practically everything. 24-foot above ground pools for as little as $19.99. All ladders, filter systems, and even robotic cleaners are 20% off. Come in and look at all of the in-stock patio furniture Family Leisure has. Plus, it's up to 50% off. Play gyms for the kids, that's $1,000 off. Patio umbrellas, take 20% off. You can get a 4-person hot tub for just under $3,000. We know you're really going to just use it for yourself. Family Leisure has discounted pricing on all in-stock pool toys and floats while the supplies last, so you better get in quick. Plus, Family Leisure has special financing available. Just ask an associate for all the details. Summertime means party time, and Family Leisure is ready for any party. Family Leisure, Witten Road at I-40, where family and fun all come together.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. It's going strong at Gossett Kia on the Pike. Are you ready to ride in your new Kia with 41 MPG Highway? We Gossett! 2024 Kia Forte LXS, $199 a month, $34.99 to assigning. How about 282 miles of EPA estimated range with new 2023 Kia EV6 Win, $249 a month. And 2024 Kia Telluride LX3, $57 a month, both $39.99 due at signing, all 24-month lease. And get peace of mind with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Call Bobby J. He's ready to put you in your new Kia today. Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike online, KiaCovingtonPike.com. If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars. Rebates and incentives. Lease includes PF 695, 650 acquisition fee, EV6 P561 0964, MSRP 50,200, Telluride RG 510 849, MSRP 38305, Forte LXS RE 780 169, MSRP 21820. Plus finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/2024 with approved credit dealer stock only.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a Monday in the Mid-South and all over the damn world. Well, not all over. Somewhere it's Tuesday. But we're going to sit here and we're going to sit back, relax, because we got Terry Davis who's going to join us. We got to talk everything from Caitlin Clark to Angel Reese to what's going on with the Tigers and the Grizzlies and the Bears. Oh, my. We got to bring it all up. But I got to first tell y'all something, man. Rick's Powder Coating, bro. I got a Rick's Powder Coating shirt on. Yeah, check that bad boy out. I went out there, checked this place out. Let me tell you, if you want a beautiful finish every time, Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, industrial coating. They have 2 conveyor lines, the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South. Rick's can accommodate it all. If you want powder coating and if you have something that's metal, it needs to be powder coated. It lasts longer. It looks better. It's awesome. You got some of that old patio furniture out back, kind of looking old and rusty. Take it to Rick's. It'll look brand spanking new. Give them a call at 901-367-2771 or go online to rickspowdercoating.com. TD, how are you doing on this beautiful Monday, my friend?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Man, I'm back. I'm in Memphis. I survived. I blew up a car this weekend. And that's about it. That's about the exciting part of it. Had a great Father's Day. Got to see my grandkids. Outside of Chas's car blowing up, everything been great.
Hey, make sure that powder's not white when they finish with it, okay?
Oh, man, I got to bring up something, and I haven't talked about it today. Because, one, I'm kind of getting a little bit worn out. But I do know how you respect the women's game, think that they
I love it.
Love the game. I'm kind of curious. I mean, because I'm getting so worn out of the whole Caitlin Clark stuff. It's just, I love her. I know she's great. She plays basketball. Angel Reese situation. But damn, every time I pick up the Twitter or the X, I mean, hell, Matt Leinart is now commenting on Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And I mean, hell, Matt Leinart came out, and I think he's ridiculous. Angel Reese should be suspended, period. Not good for the game. It was a flagrant foul. They called it. That's the same the way they would have done in the NBA. Like, is there really anything here? Is it we just can't stop talking about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese?
If you're in the click business, those two people will get you clicks.
Clicks.
And it's all about clicks. Because, I watch a lot more WNBA than just that, her and her, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. My favorite team is the Aces. I love the Aces. Defending champs. They got my
Asia
favorite
Wilson?
player. Oh, no, Kelsey Plum. That's my baby.
Oh, Kelsey Plum. Oh, and she just got divorced, didn't she?
Oh. Why you bring stuff up? Don't bring up negative stuff, man.
No, I was saying that.
Yeah, she did.
I was going to say, yeah, I think she did something good because wasn't she with Darren Waller?
Yeah, she was. They were together.
Yeah, he's a little nuts,
Yeah. And that's my favorite. And my favorite player in the WNBA played for the Liberty, Sabrina.
Iescu,
man. Like I said,
check me out. Look at this, man. My brain is so big on this.
Exactly. And Connecticut Sun is probably the best team in the NBA, and they was, they didn't make, they were bad last year. They turned around. So if you look at the whole totality of the sport, it's really good. But the people that are looking for clickbait, they know if you mentioned CeCe and Angel Reese, even though they play 2 total positions, they don't even guard each other. One's down low and one's on the perimeter. So they don't even guard each other. They rarely come in contact with each other on the game. So it's all about getting clicks and, making everybody, pay attention to what you're talking about.
Well, the other thing that I is it's Caitlin Clark, it's Angel Reese, it's,
right.
Was it Chandler? We're constantly talking about. But one thing that really caught my eye over the weekend while I was sitting back, relaxing, chilling with the family was despite record-setting attendance, TV ratings that they've never had, they're
$50 million
still
loss.
facing
Go ahead
a
and say it.
$50 million. How is that possible?
You got to realize, too, they've lost money for so long. They have to pay pay Paul. So they had a lot of debt they incurred with startup costs. But with the new franchise coming on, and you got to realize, too, they're not on a calendar year. They're on a fiscal year. So it's a timing thing, too. So like the TV contracts they just got this year, all of them really not accounted for in this new, this new budget year. So next year they will probably make more money next year.
Yeah, they'll make some more money. It's amazing how you can increase your attendance by 156%, and then still be in like again $50 million deficit. That's just I don't know. That's crazy to me.
But you got to realize too, it's not all about attendance. It's all about the TV contract.
And their TV contracts are extremely small.
Extremely small and extremely not beneficial to them this year. But with the marketing things that's coming out this year, to come out with the jersey sales and all that, next year, you might see a profit. But you got to realize too, a lot of these WNBA teams are owned by NBA owners, and they pretty much using this as a tax write-off, if you know what I mean.
Yep, I do actually know what you mean. It's just wild though, because again, I figured when you look at the salaries, I was thinking to myself, man, they got to be making money. There's like 19,000 people at this bad boy. They aren't paying these ladies all that much. You know what I mean? To see that, I almost fell over. But you have to also think they are spending $25 million this year on chartered flights that they've never done before, and another $27 million next year. So,
that $25 million they spend on charter flights is pretty a drop in the bucket they were spending for commercial flights too. So you got to realize that it's offset too. And you don't really know what those numbers are, but you don't know how much the owners paying themselves and saying, "Oh, you owe me this money because I didn't get paid." So it's all about paper. If you open the books up, you could probably figure out what's really going on.
Man, do you know what's going on with the Grizzlies? You know what they're going to do? Because they could start talking to their players, maybe re-sign some people tonight if the whole thing ends tonight. What's going on with the Grizzlies over there?
Man, if anybody knows, they're lying, because the Grizzlies don't tell nobody what they're doing until they do it. But I do believe, I hope it's not true. Like I've been saying this all year, all summer. I think we've seen the last of Luke Kennard, and I think we've seen the last of Zaire Williams. But I think
I'm not going to miss Zaire.
Yeah, you're going to miss him when he's gone, though, because that open roster spot going to be valuable. Because the Grizzlies still got 3 areas of concern. They need a big man, they need a backup point guard, and they need another wing player.
Yeah, they definitely need a big man. That's for damn sure. One other thing though that's been really good with the Grizzlies, and I don't know how true this is, but have you been seeing pictures of Ja going around on social media? How much he's up to 188 pounds?
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. If he can be that effective inside the paint and score like he did when he was young, a little bit lighter, this could be huge.
No, I'm not a big social media person. Unless Ja busts out or become viral, that's a good thing. I don't want him to become viral, because if he comes viral, that means something's wrong. And as long as I don't hear about Ja till October training camp, that would be great by me.
Well, I'll just tell you right now, I'm glad to see it. He looks like right now he looks thick.
Mm-hmm.
But
he needs it. He needs it because he was small when he came in, and he made a conscious effort. Even though last year it was a small sample size, he made a conscious effort not to be attacking the rim as he did his first several years, because he didn't want to fall as hard.
Yeah, that's man. That's the only thing that scares me about him. Is high flyer as he is, landing on that butt and that back.
Exactly. And or shoulder or ankle or anything else, because when you come down, sometimes you don't know who you're landing on, and sometimes that fall can really be detrimental. But I think he's going to be a smarter player, because one thing about explosiveness, once it's gone, it's gone. That's Derrick Rose.
That was painful.
But the truth.
It is the truth. It is the truth, man. When you when everything is based on your athleticism, and some of that athleticism dissipates because of injury, yeah, you ain't gonna be the same player again. That's just the way it is.
Exactly. Because you look at Brandon Clark, that small sample size we saw him, he blew his Achilles up, but he's still like the same player he was before he blew his Achilles out.
All right, you ready to pick tonight's game?
Hey, what's the day? Month and day.
Today's the 17th, I believe, of June.
That's 6/17, right?
Yep.
What's Boston area code?
6/17.
Thank you.
Uh-oh. Dude, you just pointed out something that, I'm open up my bank account. We rocking and firing. We're going Boston Celtics. I blew a car up yesterday. I need a new one.
And what's the line?
-6.5.
Huh!
I know. I kind of like it.
Ding, 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 ding.
What in the heck happened in Game 4? Did Boston just not want to win on their court?
No, they just didn't make shots. Boston has been a team all year long. If they make shots, they're great. If they don't make shots, they like a G League team. They have to make shots, and they did not make shots in Game 4.
So
that's all it is. It's just that simple. They didn't make any shots.
You think Kyrie has a chance to go out tonight in Boston, put all those things behind him? Because, this is a guy, again, supposed to be part of this team back in the day to elevate them to this level. Are they going to basically, I guess, enjoy their celebration at his behest?
Yes, they will be. Whatever happens tonight, even though I hate to say it, I hate to put 18 up in Boston, but I think tonight is the night. I wish it would go another game, because next game will be perfect, because the next game will be Wednesday, and they lose Wednesday. That'd be perfect symmetry for the draft next Wednesday.
The weird thing about this, if Boston closes this thing out, and again, I can't take anything away from Boston because they have been the best team in the regular season.
Right.
They were the best team in the postseason, and they're whipping Dallas's tail.
Right.
But how is it that I watched the Eastern Conference playoffs and the Western Conference playoffs and got it so wrong? Was it just Boston was disinterested in having to beat up on the bad teams that didn't have all their superstars? Because, I really did think this was going to be a hell of a series.
Why? Because Dallas didn't even supposed to be here. If you go back to the beginning of the playoffs, no one had any expectation of Dallas being in the finals. None.
Most people picked the Clippers to beat them in the first round.
Exactly. They could have lost. They could have lost any number of series they played in. They could have lost to Oklahoma City easily. It's just so many things that could have happened, but they just was resilient, and they just had those two dudes at the end that know how to close, and everyone else didn't have those two dudes who could close. And that's why I keep telling everybody, if it's close at the end in the last 5 minutes, I give Dallas a fighting chance because they got those two dudes that can close.
They definitely do. And again, just the way they just dismantled Minnesota. And now I'm confused on who the real Minnesota is.
Minnesota, like I said at the time, Anthony Edwards, he spoke too soon. He woke Kyrie up. And one thing you want to do, you don't want to wake up a sleeping giant. And Kyrie was asleep, and then Anthony Edwards woke him up.
And then it was all over.
And then it was all over because he made a point to let Anthony Edwards know that no matter how good you think you are, you still can't stop me when I put my mind to it.
Well, I know you love the Lakers. Are you surprised Dan Hurley turned him down?
I'm very shocked that he turned him down, but we know who run where the pants in this house, so I don't think his wife wanted to go. I think he might have wanted to go, but I don't think his wife wanted to go. So if she didn't want to go, he wasn't going.
Man, I kind of feel like he made the right decision, in all honesty, because I just
keep
that's
thinking,
a
great decision for him.
Because
but
again, the money he's going
great.
back for a three-peat. The money was great, but again, L.A. they have gone through they've gone through Walton, they've gone through Ham, they went through
Mike Davis.
They just keep going through coaches left and right, and it just doesn't fit. And again, the whole Dan Hurley, the news breaking the day the finals kind of open up. Again, it just felt like, damn, it's LeBron, it's the Lakers. They got to do something instead of just letting the finals start off and everybody excited about basketball. Try to steal a little bit of that limelight, and then it blew up in their face.
But, if I was Hurley, I would take the Cleveland job before I take the Lakers job.
More job security.
More job security, and you got a better chance to win up there. And then you don't have to worry about the mess of the national media playing with you on a regular basis because you play for the Lakers and LeBron plays on your team.
Yeah, I like that. I kind of like it. Now, do you think J.J. Redick's actually going to get this job? And would that be a good hire?
Yes and no. Yes, I think he probably will get it, and no, he will not be a good hire.
Like, how do you basically, so if J.J. Redick's the coach, is that mean LeBron's really the coach?
LeBron's always the coach. And, that's how come Darvin Ham got fired, because LeBron didn't like Darvin Ham telling him what to do. But Jeannie Buss, she's so much into her money and her pocketbook, she want to make her star player happy instead of her star coach happy.
Yeah, that's true. Now, what's also weird is I think LeBron's older than JJ, isn't he?
I think he is about maybe a year or two.
I find that fascinating. You got like a man on the team playing basketball, and he'll be older than the coach.
Yeah, it just it's just weird how stuff works out this way. But it's a lot of people say it's not unprecedented for a coach to go from a TV booth to being a coach. But most of those guys who leave the TV booth have already been coaches before. You know, it's going to be hard for JJ, his first time being a coach, coaching the Lakers and coaching on this stage is going to be very difficult. I'm not saying he can't do it, but it's going to be very difficult for him to do it.
You been watching your Reds?
Yes, I have.
Dude, he like De La Cruz, Ellie De La Cruz they try to pick him off at second base. The ball trickles out into center field, and my man scores from second base.
Yeah.
That dude is nasty.
And I'm happy to say that your Cardinals not in last place for this week because the Central is so close. Anybody can be in last place this week.
Dude,
I love the Central, man.
Yeah.
I love the Central.
Central's it's definitely interesting. Still, the Brewers though, you got to think are just they're still the class of the Central though.
Yeah, they're class of the Central, but I think Cincinnati didn't play this past weekend, and Cincinnati could easily take a 2 or 3 from them this weekend. So they are beatable.
Yeah, they are beatable. They are beatable. TD, tell everybody what you got. What you working on this week? You got anything special coming down the pipe?
Getting ready for the draft, man. Getting ready for the draft, and everybody knows about would the Grizzlies grow up, go down, or will they just stand tight? No one knows. So, gonna do a deep analysis of what if they do up, down, or stay the same.
Well, I'll be following you because I follow you at Terry D515. Check you out at the Tri-State Defender, and always right here on Monday. Terry, enjoy the rest of your day. We'll do it again next week, my friend.
Be good, my brother, and take note of the Olympic trials. They're going on all this week. Swimming is going on this week, and track and field comes up soon too. So it's gonna be fun TV watching on Peacock.
On the Peacock. Oh, is that the Strong Arm channel where they did the game that I had to buy so I could watch a playoff game?
Hey. Yeah, look, $5, man. You spend that on the bottle of spilled whiskey, man. So don't complain about $5.
Come on, man. You're right. Terry, be blessed, my friend.
All right, my brother. Peace.
That is Terry Davis. We're going to take a quick time out, but we wanted to remind you the whole second hour is brought to you by my good friends, and that's Buster's Butcher. They have the original at 199 South Highland Street. It's over in the University District right next to their liquor store. They've opened up a second location at 5851 Poplar Avenue in the Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center. They're open 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday, 12 to 6 on Sunday, and they've got the best meats, cheeses. They've got it all. You want to get a big tomahawk steak or some pork chops. You want to get your ribeye cut a certain way. Maybe you want a 2-inch porterhouse. Tell their butchers they're going to cut it for you. Also, if you want to learn a little something, ask them. They're not just butchers, they're cooks as well. They'll tell you how to cook that sucker as good as possible. Learn more at bustersbutcher.com. And come see why every cut counts at Buster's Butcher. Back in Two Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
The times they are a-changing. Bob Dylan's song is even more meaningful today in the real estate industry. This is Sheldon Rosenberg with Mark Fenstorf Realtors. And in the months to come, if you decide to sell your home, you better have a knowledgeable agent to guide you through the changes that are taking place. As I tell people, it's not that you don't know the answers, you don't know the questions. So, if you or someone you know is thinking of selling, talk to 2 to 3 experienced real estate brokers to guide you through the changes, but make sure that I am one of them. I have a highly successful strategic marketing program that can mean the difference in when you sell and what you make. We're also affiliated with leading real estate companies of the world. A relocation network that means added exposure for your home from buyers moving into the Memphis area. Find out why people often say that when you want the job done, all shell done. You can reach me at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. That's memphisrelocate.com or 483-0546.
Guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, old guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections and appraisals and free bore sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsOfMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Germantown Parkway behind Quicky's Barbecue in Cordova.
Hey everybody, Okay, together, let's drive into summer in what we really want to drive. I'm out here at Olive Branch at All-Star Chevy where all the new Silverados are. Some mark 12% off invoice. Seriously, it's a sweet buyer's market. Financing as low as 1.9 and no payments for 90 days on new Trailblazers, Silverados, Equinox, and more. And nothing beats family trips in a new Tahoe. And get this, an extra $500 bonus for college students, grads, military, first responders, healthcare, and teachers. And no matter what pre-owned you're looking for, find it here at Olive Branch at All-Star Chevy's All-American Pre-Owned Sale. All the Jeeps, Ram trucks, even Ram ProMaster cargo van. And don't forget 4Runners. Here in Olive Branch is where you could test drive them all. And bring All-Star any vehicle you want to sell and get a check today. Everyone at All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch wishes you a very happy and safe 4th of July as we celebrate our country's Independence Day. Don't miss All-Star Chevy's All-American Sale in Olive Branch. Just go to allstarautogroup.com.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery instead of dependable service and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363 or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Something amazing is happening in education. Students are inspired and engaged. That's because school districts consulted with CDW, who designed modern classroom solutions with pre-configured HP devices, making learning more accessible, secure, and immersive. Now when students study topics like elephants, it feels like elephants are there with them. HP and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/HPPSG.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Monday in the Mid-South tonight. We got a little bit of hoops on. Got a little basketball action. Boston trying to close this bad boy out and become the champs of the world. Their 6.5-point favorite. Total is now 10.5. Come down a point just a little bit. But we definitely going to be breaking down a little bit of basketball. We also got baseball today, which I'm extremely fired up. But I did want to mention this one thing, and I bet Dake has probably paid a little bit of attention. I think his brother Connor did for sure. My man Rory McIlroy choked yesterday, and it felt great.
Why exactly do you think me and or my brother were paying attention to this?
I thought y'all were down with golf.
You know, Connor does like golf. He bet on Bryson DeChambeau.
And you always are going to Top Golf like every Tuesday.
Top Golf Tuesday, John.
Yeah.
Half off. That's
so
right.
I kind of figured you were a golf guy.
It's, good guess by you, I guess.
And I was going to say, though, the one thing I enjoyed actually yesterday morning getting up early, kind of watching a little bit of the coverage because I didn't realize that was where Payne Stewart.
That's right.
Where he won. And that was a heck of a piece that was done on Payne Stewart, his family, his kids, and, the kind of person he was. A little eccentric, different dude. But, man, what a great guy. And the fact that Payne Stewart, they had a statue out there, the memorial flag. Like, I enjoyed it and actually paid just a little bit of attention.
How about that?
Just enough to also watch Rory miss a putt. And that was the first putt within 3 feet that this man's missed all year. Like, that's crazy. Number one, that he's made 450 putts that were 3 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just choked that one away. And I just felt so good. And it's crazy because I agree with Jake Crane. We talked to him a little bit earlier. Bryson DeChambeau, do you know I couldn't stand him at first.
Right.
But now, is it because he's at the Live and you don't see him but once in a while?
No, I actually don't think so because we talk about all the other golfers and nobody feels like nobody likes those guys anymore. They're unlikable now, even when they're just around once or twice at every major. I think Bryson DeChambeau, I don't know what it was. I don't know if he was just playing the crowd or if this is genuine.
Fact that he got excited after the win and is all
sure.
pumped up.
Had the emotions.
Yeah,
Poor
I
guy
like
he was
that
playing
stuff.
with, though. He's getting pumped up. Crowd's going crazy. This guy still has to make a putt. And thank the Lord he made it, or that would have been really bad. But yes, no, you're right. And then he came out after everything was done and was letting all the fans touch the trophy and everything. Like, Bryson's likability rating has soared out of nowhere, it feels like.
And by the way, that golf course, Pinehurst number 2, that thing, like, an average golfer couldn't break 120, could they?
No, probably not.
That is ridiculous. That is one hard course.
Sure is.
And it's so good. Now, so DeChambeau now has 2 U.S. Opens?
That's right. One in 2020 and then now one this year. 2020 was the year COVID, so there was nobody in attendance for that one. So he couldn't play up for the crowd or anything. But this year certainly was able to.
Well, we are going to talk a little bit of baseball. It's 12 o'clock, and 1 o'clock is the first baseball game. We got a couple baseball games we got to break down. We got some Hardwood because it feels so good. I got some great stories for all of y'all. We got a lot of fun stuff. But I will tell you, today, on your way home, stop by Buster's Butcher. There's 2 locations, 199 South Highland, right next to their liquor store over in the University District. And don't forget, 5851 Poplar Avenue. It's the new one in Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center. The best meats, the finest cheeses, the best skilled butchers around. There's nothing like Buster's Butcher. Go to bustersbutcher.com and go see why every single cut counts at Buster's Butcher. Back into Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Located corner of Park and Cherry is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled, and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Fiveash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Summer's heating up, and so are the savings at Choate's. We've got 3 incredible offers to make your season spectacular. First up, our Grill and Chill with Choate's Summer Special. Upgrade your HVAC system and choose between a free Yeti cooler or a Green Egg grill on select systems. Then power through any outage with Choate's generators. Be one of the first 50 customers to buy a generator and score a massive 75-inch TV or an iPad. Also, don't forget about about our tankless water heater offer. Purchase a tankless water heater from Choates and receive a premium toilet free. Don't wait. These offers are too good to last. Turn to the experts with Choates and call 347-8086 or visit us online today for your free estimate. Now introducing Choates Air Conditioning, Heating, Plumbing, and Generators. Choates, let our family serve your family.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, "Bring it on. Been there. Done that. We've got your back," without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at weatherguard.com.
I got him on the line, Jason, the main man Marshall, and he's ready to rock and Gossett Volkswagen on the pike.
Randy, it's vacation time, so take the road wherever it leads you with 42 miles per gallon on the highway in a brand new 2024 Volkswagen Jetta SE for only $249 a month.
That's an awesome deal at Gossett Volkswagen on the pike. And Jason, my main man Marshall, everybody in Memphis knows when it comes to a great deal, it's all about choices.
Take your pick from 2024 Tiguan S front-wheel drive or a 2024 Taos SE for only $279.28 a month, plus 0% for 60 months on all new 24 Taos. And you know my motto, make me an offer, because nothing reasonable will be refused.
Ask for Jason, the main man Marshall at Gossett Volkswagen, 1875 Covington Pike, online, GossettVWMemphis.com.
Where we're charging for it and charging less every day.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
That is one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a Mad Monday up in this bad boy. We got all kinds of stuff going on today. We got baseball. We got college baseball, pro baseball, and we got the NBA Finals tonight, 7:30. 6.5 Boston. They're favored. They're going to close this bad boy out. I just don't think Kyrie and Luka have enough. And again, I have to say I agree with Terry Davis. You know, game number 4 in Dallas, Boston just did not hit any shots. I mean, they scored 14 points in the second quarter. It was absolutely pathetic. But again, nobody's ever come back from a 3-0 hole. Dallas got a big win. It was like 40 points. I mean, it was ridiculous. Luka looked great. They looked great. But I just don't think they figured anything out. I think it actually, the more I look at this game, I think tonight we might see an absolute beatdown. And when he talked about this during Minnesota, Ant-Man was just the face of the league, remember, 2 weeks ago. Before that, it's like Jokic. Before that, Giannis. The faces constantly change. Of course, you know LeBron. And I'm just kind of curious, man. Is Jason Tatum, is his personality big enough to be the face of the league? Because he's just a cold-blooded scorer. He's silky smooth on the basketball court. He doesn't seem to make any controversy. He's the farthest thing from Draymond Green. Like, he's just that, like, super, really nice guy that's just super, super talented. Because, you know, I love me some Jaylen Brown. I like the dog in him. The more I watch the Celtics, I like the damn team because, damn, my boy White. Did you ever think he was going to be this good?
No.
I thought they were crazy to go with him. And I'm like, oh. I don't think this is going to work. My man hits corner threes like it's going out of style, plays amazing defense. And that's a lot where Boston doesn't get the credit they deserve because we constantly talk about them making shots. But damn, they can lock you up. You saw what they did to Dallas the first 3 games. They had Luka confused. They had Kyrie bricking. And now, all of a sudden, you got to say, hey, Joe Mazzulla, who was, for some reason, taking a lot of heat, doesn't he always feel like he gets... Like, if Boston doesn't look great, it's always Joe Mazzulla.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I'm telling you right now, I think they're about to crown new champions, and I think it's going to be tonight, and I'm going to rock with Boston. Did you know that there was a football championship this weekend?
There was, John. I watched it.
Did you really?
I did.
Well, I feel like there's a big $375 million mistake that Fox has made.
Huh.
And I think you know what I'm talking about.
See, I didn't watch it with sound, so I did not hear Tom Brady
Tom
on
is
the
terrible.
broadcast. Is he?
Terrible.
Well, you got to let him get loosened up, John. His first time jitters.
Dude. I mean, and I don't mean terrible. Okay, what I'm saying is if you go out there and you give $375 million to somebody, that's more than he made in his playing career, they better be damn good. He better be as good at playing a quarterback as he is good in the broadcast booth. Especially, I loved Greg Olson. And now they're going to put him with the B team. And I know, again, this was what, the USFL?
UFL.
UFL, thank you. UFL. Adrian Martinez, MVP.
Who would ever thought that? If you had told me Adrian Martinez during his college days would be MVP of a championship game in a professional league, I'd tell you you're crazy. But here we are, John.
Yeah, here we are. It is kind of crazy. But, man, I'm telling you right now, Fox, again, it's his first game. It was his first work. But his analysis, like if you would have, when he was talking about the defenses, you know, they just need to use every blade of grass. They gotta stretch the defense and use every single blade of grass.
Heck yeah.
They're going too horizontal, not enough vertical. I was like, this is Tom Brady's analysis of the offense? And I know, again, this is in the NFL. But I thought it was, I felt bad for JB, who had to talk with him. And then he gave out the MVP trophy, and that was also just weird. I don't know, man. Maybe it works out. But I don't think so.
I hate that. Because like I said, I saw him on there, but I didn't watch it. And so I hate to hear that it wasn't very good.
Not very good at all. Now, speaking of things that are good and talking with quarterbacks, I kind of talked a little bit of quarterbacking with Jake Crane because, you know, like over the weekend, you're with a bunch of family, a bunch of friends, a bunch of football heads. Everybody and their grandmother's talking about the SEC and how deep they are and how great the SEC is going to be. And just, I mean, I totally understand. You look around and there's buku talented teams. And then you have some studs that are coming up there. And I'm telling you right now, Tennessee fans, I think Nico's going to be ridiculous. I think Nico, Jalen Milroe, Jackson Arnold, Jackson Dart, Carson Beck, Brady Cook. I think any of these guys, hell, Quinn Ewers, if he stays healthy at Texas, I mean, any of these guys could win a Heisman. That's the kind of offenses I think we're going to see next year in the SEC. And again, Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe, what's his going to be progression under Kalen DeBoer? You saw last year they were trying to put a round peg in a square hole, and it did not work. After a few weeks, they changed. My man's throwing the ball vertically. He's using his legs. And all of a sudden, Alabama was right there. Right there. And then the last play of the game, and the last play of the year for Jalen Milroe, I think is one reason that there's just a little shine off of him. Which I don't think that makes any sense. But I also think rankings are hilarious. Because I know Texas has a lot of backers and boosters and all, like just so many talented people. But the way too early SEC quarterback rankings came out. With all the awesome quarterbacks that I mentioned, who do you think you would have ranked number one? Because who they have ranked number one, there's no way in hell I'm putting him up here. And does he play good? Yes, he plays good. He threw 22 touchdowns last year, 3,500 yards. And I'm talking about Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers, you taking Quinn Ewers over Jalen Milroe? Are you taking him over Nico? I mean, Carson Beck, for me, it just makes sense. It is Georgia. And I know this Ole Miss fans are going to be a little bit ticked off and agitated about this, but the Georgia Bulldogs return Carson Beck, who was ridiculous. Threw for over 4,000 yards. He had 24 touchdowns. He didn't turn the football over. He put pressure on opposing team secondaries like you wouldn't believe. Accurate. Could be the first quarterback taken in the NFL draft next year. And he's a full-grown ass man. Quinn Ewers, like, he's a little bit, he's lighting the britches. And look at the schedule that Texas is going to play. I'm telling you, Arch is going to get on that field this year. He's going to get on that field. I mean, if Quinn can stay healthy throughout the entire year, that's great for Texas. Tough schedule, though, but I mean, again, I'm putting even Brady Cook over Quinn Ewers. Did anybody pay attention to what they did in Missouri last year? My dude.
M-I-Z, John.
M-I-Z, Mizzou.
There you go.
And then again, Jackson Dart, I think, is great. This is a locked and loaded. The one that always is just kind of messed me up. You know, Graham Mertz is still in Florida.
That's right.
I didn't think it was going to work out last year. But my man's got a 6th year. Dude was in Wisconsin, and he started 4 years at Wisconsin and was never good. And then he actually was pretty decent in Florida last year. There's a lot of talent in the SEC, and I just love a little bit of football. Now, also have to say, Connor Wegman at Texas A&M could be a superstar. And what do we think about, like, is Texas A&M kind of flying under the radar?
Maybe, but I feel like everyone's been so burned by Texas A&M these past couple of years. I know new coach, new regime, but I still think people have been a little burned.
Do you like the new hire, by the way?
Yes, I do.
But you were a Duke guy, though, weren't you?
I'm a Duke basketball guy. I don't really care about their football team, but I do like Duke basketball.
All right. Well, we will see. But, yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit of SEC football before I had to jump into some other things. Again, we've been talking a little bit of basketball, a little bit of baseball, and now it's time to get back into a little bit of gambling and what's going on in the world of, let's just say, gambling. And 1 o'clock, are you going to be playing baseball today?
Maybe.
You only got 44 minutes to make your decision.
That's right. I better choose fast. Are you going to be playing baseball at 1 o'clock today, John?
Yes, I will be.
Okay.
You know I'm going to be playing. It's
what
college
side
baseball.
are you in?
I know who I'm taking tonight in Texas A&M and Kentucky, but I just feel like Florida should roll North Carolina State. I like Florida, but I hate laying 160. It's baseball.
Florida's favored?
Florida's favored.
Wow.
Minus 160 right now, and the total is pretty damn low, believe it or not. It's only 9.5.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And going over the 9.5, laying 130.
I think there's supposed to be weather today in Omaha, though.
Keeping the ball in the ballpark?
Yeah, it's also a big park. Actually, no rain today. 77 degrees, 73% humidity, but doesn't look like it's supposed to rain.
So, where did the weather thing come from?
What do you mean, where did the weather thing come from?
I thought you said that there was going to be weather.
Are you like pushing me against the wall now, John? I thought I saw something on the internet that said it was raining, but it might have been talking about wind, 15-mile-per-hour wind. So maybe that's what it was talking about. It was just a graph. Here's the thing, John. If I ever see something related to sports and you show me a map that looks like a weather map, I'm just going to assume that there's rain. That's what you're talking about. But I guess they were talking about wind and not rain. Silly me.
Silly you. Well, we got baseball going on, and I gotta kind of feel bad though for Florida State against that Tennessee team, that game. If you couldn't tell, Florida State's coach about lost his mind. Did you see any of the? Did you see the strike that was not called strike 3, with the check swing for the balls, and then they had 4 straight hits?
That's right.
To come back and win 12-11 when they were down 11-8. That's one of the most impressive things that you will see. A team string together that many hits, and they need them in the bottom of the 9th inning. Absolutely wild. I feel like Tennessee's a team of destiny. They dominated yesterday. But tonight, Texas A&M plays Kentucky. Who do you think's favored in that one?
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M minus 145. Come back for Kentucky's plus 110. This Kentucky team, though, they just mash. And Texas A&M, if you have watched them throughout this, they have been extremely lucky. They shouldn't have got past Texas. Took a bunch of errors and shortstops, completely throwing up on himself in the 8th inning for them to continue to go on in advance. You like this team. You think they're really talented, but it's just something about Kentucky and Tennessee. Kentucky just has that feel, and it's college baseball. And Tennessee has that feel of destiny. And then Tony V might be the coolest coach in baseball. The swagger that Tennessee has, and that's another thing about watching Tennessee play in this College World Series. The kids today, with the nutrition, the speed, they're better athletes. Like the kids that are playing college baseball today are better than the kids that played 20 years ago. They practice 365. You know, a lot of these baseball players, the baseball is their only sport. They're doing all these arm things, getting their arms stronger, doing all kinds of stuff. There is, though, a couple of things that do drive me a little bit crazy about today's baseball players. The way they kind of dig in and show up the pitchers or go in there and clear out the batter's box. Like back when I was playing and a young fella, that usually would get a ball in your ear hole. And it seems like, and again, I don't think you want a ball. Back then when we were young, 88, 90, 91, that was fast. Every dead gum pitcher now is throwing 90 plus. Tennessee's rolling out like 4 different dudes who are throwing 96. And the Tennessee pitcher with the Raleigh Fingers mustache might be the dopest thing. I don't know if I was more jealous at how well he could throw the ball or his mustache. They got a lot of swagger. It's kind of like Tito's. So today, 1 o'clock, T-minus 40 minutes. We're going to rock. I'm going to lay the 150 and take the Gator Boys. And I'm also going to stop by a liquor store on the way home. Buster's Liquor Store. I'm going to get me a big old bottle of Tito's, because if life hands you lemons, you don't freak out, you don't fret, you don't stress, you just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with the best Tito's handmade vodka. Woo-hoo, so good. You know what else you do after you eat your Tito's, though? Walk next door, get you some steaks.
There you go.
And then go home, drink you a little Tito's, eat you some amazing meat from Buster's Butcher Shop. Get your liquor from Buster's. They have 2 locations for their butcher shops, by the way. 199 South Highland, right next to the liquor store. And, of course, the new one in Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center at 5851 in Poplar. Go to bustersbutcher.com to learn more and come see why every single cut counts at Buster's Butcher. But don't forget your Tito's, because, man, I'm going to tell you, again, it feels like a Tito's Monday. So my car blew up yesterday. I injured myself last week. Pretty bad. And I do have my grandson in here, by the way. And he looks so bored listening to me on the radio. I feel bad for him. Like really, really bad for him. But we're going to take an early break, because we're going to come back on the other side with a little bit of Hardenwood, because it feels so good. And I got to go to the snack machine and get this kid some food. Back into Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to real sports talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
All 650 acquisition fee, Telluride RG 510849, MSRP 38305, Forte LXS RE 780 169, MSRP 21820. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/2024 with approved credit. Dealer stock only. Hey Jeff, I hear you've got the Kia Summer Sticker Sales event going on right now at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah. Give me some scoop.
Randy, the scoop is I'm ready to put you in a new Kia for less. 2024 Kia Forte LXS 41 MPG Highway, $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. How about a 2024 Kia Telluride LX 357 a month, $39.99 due at signing, 24-month lease.
Plus 0% for 48 months on 2024 EV9. And every Gossett Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah.
Gossett Kia South, 2680 Mount Moriah, or online anytime. KiaMountMoriah.com.
Hi, I'm Andy Meadows, Chief Editor of Radio Update. What is Radio Update, you ask? It's an online publication specific to radio that shares innovative ideas about how to move our industry forward. Check us out if you're in radio or interested in getting into an industry that's over 100 years old and stronger than ever. Broadcast radio is now the largest mass medium in the United States. If you're like me and you have a passion for radio, or you want to put the power of radio to work for your brand, log on to radioupdate.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on a shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding and a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Granger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, clickgranger.com, or just stop by. Granger, you get it done.
Marty McNade at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown is turning back prices to give you the best deal in this decade.
Doc gave me orders to turn back time with the 2024 Volkswagen Jetta SE. We got it for $249 a month, and it gets 42 miles per gallon highway. That's much better than my DeLorean, Randy.
You got that right, Marty McNade. And I hear at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown, you got choices.
Take your pick from 2024 Tiguan S front-wheel drive or 2024 Teos SE for $279.28 a month.
Great Scott, McNade. That's Gossett Volkswagen Germantown on Winchester Road. Plus, get 0% for 60 months on Taos.
Your future is whatever you make of it, Randy, so get to Gossett Volkswagen Germantown, 7420 Winchester Road, or shop online at GossettVWG.com.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Jason's Deli. When you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises. Just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it. Because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets, vegan and gluten-free options available, convenience, and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com. So whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli is wholesome food and no surprises.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a wonderful Father's Day, a great weekend, and I hope you're kicking your week off the right way. If I were you, I'd kick it off with a little bit of Tito's. You know what I'm saying, man? It's been a long weekend, man. We got to see Rory McIlroy choke yesterday, missed a 3-foot putt, his first 3-foot putt he's missed in so long. And we had Bryson DeChambeau win his second U.S. Open. Had a great feeling yesterday when you watched it was sad, the whole Payne Stewart situation. But that was a great story yesterday. So there was a little bit of golf. You got some basketball tonight. All kinds of stuff going on. So, again, today just feels like a Tito's day. Go get you some of the goodies. Go home. Rock and fire. You got college baseball starting at 1 o'clock. Florida and NC State tonight. You then have the late action with little Texas A&M and Kentucky. Pro baseball, NBA finals, all kinds of good stuff is going on. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot better with a little bit of Tito's. Let's go to Hardwood.
He says Hardwood.
No, you're good. You're pretty fast. All right, so NIL. It's caused a few problems in college football, you could say. There's the whole lawsuit. There's a whole bunch of, confusion. Kids transferring all over the place. But NIL, again, it's caused a number of problems. The kids should be paid, but it might offer a solution. The bowl games. Do you remember when you were a kid how important bowl games are? I don't know why it is. The bowl games, I love bowl season. It's Christmas time. You get to rock and fire and gamble game after game after game after game. I mean, you got football to bet on for a month. And then all of a sudden, we had this little issue where people started opting out for draft stock, for their health, because they're going to another school. And let's be real, the bowl games, I think, have taken a hell of a hit. College football playoff, obviously fun. But some of these big game, these bowl opt-outs have taken away from it. Well, college football now is looking like they're trying to incentivize and prevent opt-outs by including very simple language, which they should have done and could have done prior to this, but basically simplifying it with these universities and with these collectives that when you opt out of a bowl game, you have to repay a certain portion of your name, image, and likeness. Now, if you're injured, obviously you won't have that happen. And then here's the thing is, well, how do we know if they're hurt or they're injured? We're still going to be cutting through this stuff. But if you got $100,000 at the beginning of the football season for name, image, and likeness, and they said that you opt out of the bowl game when you're not injured, you got to give back $20K. I don't think a bunch of kids are going to be opting out. Nobody wants to give back $20K. Hell, it could even be more, maybe less. I don't know, but I think this is absolutely genius. And hopefully, name, image, and likeness, which caused a few problems, can bring a little bit of a solution. And then I saw this, and I said to myself, are we really still doing this? And then I got stuck watching it. Did you know that O.J. Simpson has another documentary out?
Really?
Yep. Sure does. And in this new documentary, it's on Tubi. Do you know what Tubi is?
I do.
It just basically talks about how he was in a different Bronco owned by somebody else when he went over to Nicole Brown Simpson's. Like, is this just a cash grab, or is there actually going to be new information?
No, Tubi is definitely a cash grab.
What is Tubi exactly? Because I just found out about
It's a free streaming service with a lot of like they put a bunch of movies out I've seen, but they're very low quality movies and shows and stuff like that. And now they've gotten into the streaming or the documentary aspect. Like I think Tubi has one about like Diddy that like came out like a week
Diddy
after.
Didn't
Yeah, it was something like that. And it came out like a week after all this stuff was alleged. So you're kind of like, what type of information do they really have? So yeah, it's all a cash grab.
Okay, because this is when I had this pop up and I'm sitting here reading about it. It's like, man, you got to check out Tubi, the O.J. Simpson documentary, man. It's how he really did it. Because remember, he wrote a book about basically how he did it. But this thing has they said that they're breaking a whole bunch of new. So basically, don't go to Tubi and watch the O.J. Simpson.
I think it would be a waste of time, yeah. But it's free, so I guess you can't call it a cash grab because it's free. But how they
Well, then
get
how the hell
you-
they making money?
Because they do commercials throughout everything, and so that's how they get you, is you're watching commercials and the ads pay for everything else.
They say that they got like this dude who's one of O.J.'s best friends, and he says that he told O.J. that he did it.
Huh.
How come we never found the murder weapon?
Good question.
But O.J., dude is dead and still
making headlines.
Making headlines on Tubi. And then again, I had already mentioned it just for a minute. Tom Brady, I think, is going to be terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Joel Klatt is one of the most boring broadcasters in the history of broadcasting. And I wanted Tom Brady to shut up and Joel Klatt to talk.
Wow.
And I like Tom Brady. I mean, how can you not? I mean, he handled the roast so well, I thought.
He's TB12.
He's TB12. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. What he did in the comeback to the Atlanta Falcons is probably like, if you're one city that's really not going to like him, if you're a Falcons fan, I would get that. Like, you thought you had that wrapped up, and then he comes and he steals your heart. But I'll tell you one thing. You get rid of Olsen for Tom Brady, I'm really not all that excited about it. I'm pretty disappointed. So, did you know the Coast Guard was working over the weekend? They didn't take Father's Day off.
Oh, that's too bad.
They were out there taking care of some business. So, did you hear? I don't know why, but have you noticed how all these drug busts are popping up on my timeline?
Well, how about that?
The Coast Guard seized $2 billion worth of drugs, 35,000 pounds of cocaine. And this is the other thing that screws my head up. Do you know what they did with 35,000 pounds of cocaine?
What'd they do?
They lit it on fire.
Huh.
Wouldn't that be the biggest I don't know if that's a good way to get rid of it.
Yeah, don't walk around that smoke cloud.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that'd be a bad thing. You're the dude who has to start that fire.
That's right.
You coming back and looking like Tyrone Biggums.
That's right.
Running around. Man, I'm telling you right now, burning it? How about just, since you found it in a submarine, how about you just dump it in the ocean?
Well, because then all the fish would be high.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Damn, that would be terrible.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with high fish or high sharks specifically.
High sharks.
That's right.
Bro, did you see all the videos down in Florida in the Gulf?
Yeah, I heard we're having a lot of shark attacks.
Why are the sharks attacking everybody? Usually it's rare.
Yeah, very rare.
David Cobb, he's down in Florida, right?
He is. He unfortunately won't be able to visit with us today or tomorrow.
Well, make sure that you tell him that
be safe.
Be safe.
I don't know how much swimming Cobb's going to be doing. He got both the Athlon and the Lindy's College Football magazine. I don't think he has time to swim. He's going to be face deep in those two magazines.
I'll be doing that here in a few weeks.
There you go.
Oh, by the way, I might want to give you a heads up, since I didn't give you a heads up on my last one. Like when I'm going out of town again.
Uh-huh. Yeah, please. Please give me at least a 2-week notice instead of coming in the day before saying, hey, I'll see ya. Now it all worked out, but still.
I got some sad news. I hate doing this. Do you know what kite foil racing is?
I don't know.
I did not know that this is something that's going to be in the Olympics. there was this young fella who, I mean, this is sad. His name's Jackson James Rice. He was going to be in the Olympics. He's 18 years old. He's one of the world's best kite foil racers. And basically, it looks like a surfboard, and then you have a kite and wind, and you're like racing this junk across the water. I'm just telling you what it is. You know, like never really seen it, don't understand it. Looks a lot of fun. You can't see that far probably because your eyes are bad, but these things are huge.
Huh. And it's going to be in the Olympics?
It's going to be in the Olympics. There's so many things that I did not know that are going to be in the Olympics, like 3-man basketball. Like, I thought it was always 5. But the big 3 is going to be out there. And then we have kite falling. But the sad thing is the young fella yesterday out there in the water doing his thing, sadly, had a shallow water blackout and died.
Holy cow.
And I've never heard of a shallow water blackout.
Either. News to me, John.
That is just so sad. So instead of being in the Olympics, my man's passed away. And again, so much promise and only 18 years old. Terrible. I hate it too. Now, I got a question for you. Eric Dickerson, you remember the running back, right?
Of course.
ED. He gave his initials. Gave the fear of ED to defensive backs and linebackers all over the place.
Nailed it.
He was amazing. Well, he says that he thinks that Travis Kelce is going to be a better broadcaster than even a football player.
Interesting.
Isn't Jason Kelce the one who's going to be, now this year also in the booth?
Yeah.
I think Jason Kelce does great, but is Travis really that entertaining, or is it just because of Tay-Tay?
You know what? Good question, John.
Because he's always just smashing beers, and he does do his podcast.
Some people are getting tired of him, I think.
That's, I think, all Taylor Swift fans, because they don't think he's good enough for her, right?
Well, no, I'm saying, I think some NFL fans are like, why can't he just play football? Why is he doing all this other stuff?
Like, what other stuff does he do?
Like, he's always making headlines on his podcast, and he's smashing beers at graduation, and, different things like that. I think some people view Travis Kelce as very much a me guy. You know what I'm saying? Like Travis loves himself some him. He likes to be the center of attention.
I get that.
And some people don't care for that.
Well, you're going to get a lot of them.
That's right.
Kansas City's pretty damn good.
They are.
And his girlfriend's pretty popular.
She is.
But Bill Belichick, bro, Bill Belichick outkicked his coverage like nobody ever has in the history of the world. In fact, Bill Belichick, I would say he's doing better in the girlfriend department than Travis Kelce, and he's dating Taylor Swift. Again, I think Taylor Swift is a solid 6. Travis Kelce loves catching touchdown passes. Like, he can catch it. Dude, that's what Travis Kelce does, catches 6s. Did you see what Bill Belichick, the hoodie, did?
I have no idea what you're talking about, John.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
I have no clue.
The 24-year-old cheerleader for the Patriots that's smoking hot is Bill's girlfriend. Jordan Hudson, who just turned 24, they went official with their relationship. I have a feeling she's not going to be Patriots cheerleader next season. Is that what happened to Bill Belichick? He's been paying attention to the cheerleaders too much, or was it Tom Brady left him?
Putting an eye too much on the sideline.
I mean, if Cam Newton was my quarterback or Mac Jones was my quarterback, I'd be paying attention to the cheerleaders more often too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
You ain't got much to work with. Noodle arm Mac Jones and Cam Newton, who at that time when he got to New England, it was pretty much over. Jordan Hudson Hot Shots. You can get them right here. Just go on X. Should I retweet them out for the people?
John, if you want. John, did you see Twitter now is hiding your likes? You can't see other people's likes anymore because some people didn't like that your likes were shown.
That's why I like things.
Sometimes, but some people like things that maybe they shouldn't be liking these things, and they're liking them, and other people see that they like them, and it becomes a big headline. And so Twitter said, we're no longer showing likes. So now if you want people to see your stuff, you got to retweet it. And your likes will, like, now your For You page will...
Do I get to see my likes?
You get to see your likes, but you can't... Like, if you went to my Twitter page
Like,
right
I
now,
don't
you
care
cannot see my
enough
likes.
about other people to go look at their likes because I don't care.
But some people, and for a while there, you were seeing other people's likes. Like sometimes if you liked something, like John, if you liked something, sometimes it would come on my page, like on my feed. But now it won't. And now your likes are going to help curate your feed for you. So like if you went out there and liked a bunch of, you know, football posts, then your you know, Twitter would be more football stuff. If you went out and started liking a bunch of blonde-headed women, your Twitter feed would probably start showing you more blonde-headed women. So there's that.
Well, don't be liking stuff on Twitter because now nobody can see it.
But some people think that's good, John. See, I think you are viewing this as a bad thing. A lot of people are viewing this as a good thing. Because there have been a lot of celebrities that have liked things that maybe they shouldn't be liking.
Like what shouldn't they be liking? Like how like I like stuff sometimes because I want to come back to it and be like, look at what this crazy person's talking about.
But John, there's almost like an epidemic of viewing naked people on Twitter now.
I'm for it.
And sometimes people like that sort of thing. They hit a like button, comes up on their, it's on their thing, and now people are like, hey, this football player is liking all of this porn.
So
you know?
like Bill Belichick, probably the fact that he was liking this young lady's, you know, pictures, Jordan Hudson. I mean, that's maybe how they got it kind of hooked up. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe, but now you can't see his likes, so now he can go out there and like as much as he wants. I also don't understand that he's 48 years older than her.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know.
What do they have in common?
He's 72, she's 24. Do you know what they have in common?
Nothing. That they both were with the Patriots.
I can tell you one thing. Here's what they both have this in common. They see this as a simple, I will get this out of this relationship.
So.
And then when I die, you will get this out of this relationship.
That's a terrible way to look at it, John.
Yeah, but I feel like that's how Bill's looking at it. I mean, again, she's 20.
He's not that old. He's 72. Old. You think he's like croaking soon?
No, I don't think he's going to kill over and die tomorrow. But again, he's 72 years old.
She was runner-up at Miss USA competition.
Dude, I'm not playing. She is gorgeous. Like, but you have to also admit she's a gold digger, right?
I mean, sure, probably, yeah.
Or do you think that Bill Belichick's got just such a winning personality? He's just like nobody's ever been better in bed than Bill Belichick.
Yeah, probably
He's the
not.
funniest guy you've ever met in your life. I don't.
Huh. Interesting.
Could you imagine what their conversations are like?
No, I mean probably very awkward if I had to guess.
Like he's probably watching like Bonanza, and she's watching. I don't know. What do y'all watch today?
Netflix, Love Island.
What's Love Island?
Too Hot to Handle. There you go, John.
Too Hot to Handle. I don't know either.
These are like reality shows that are popular right now.
There's a reality show that I found out about that you date somebody, then they marry them, and they're from another country or something. 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah.
Chas was watching that.
Yeah.
That looked
John,
absolutely insane.
There's a show, and I don't
like you meet somebody online, and you literally are going to go over and just marry them.
How about this, John? There's a show. I think it was on TLC, and they brought it back for year 2. It's called MILF Manor.
Oh yes.
Have you seen this show?
It was not really good, but
it's awful.
It was really like it made my stomach hurt because all of a sudden you got these quote MILFs, and then they let their sons up in this joint. That's
right.
So their moms are watching older women try to hit on their dude. It was so mentally too. It was stressful.
So that was season 1. They've come back with season 2, and this year it's a bunch of MILFs and a bunch of young men, not related, so a little different from season 1.
You know what? That would be a good way to start.
But towards the end of episode 1, I think it was, or maybe episode 2, episode 1, all the fathers of the young men show up, and now they're in the fold. So now not only are the young men competing against each other for the MILFs,
Now they're competing against their dads.
fathers for the MILFs. How about that?
So it's going to be like, will the MILF go with the DILF or the DILF's son?
Bingo. Yeah.
Dude, I hate to say this, bro.
I don't know what's wrong with television.
I was
right
going
now.
to say, I think we're in some serious trouble, bro. Like, man, what happened to Little House on the Prairie?
Literally.
What about that show MASH?
Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly
Andy Griffith
Hillbillies.
Show. How about that? There you go.
Yeah, I can't. Nah, man, that's some crazy stuff.
That's crazy.
By the way, I wonder what my grandson learned today.
He gets home, he's like, Grandpa told me what a MILF is.
Nope, I did not tell him what that is. I just said it as a show on TV as he's sitting here watching me and playing his video games. Wow, we're gonna take a quick time out. We're gonna be on here the other side. I'm gonna actually give you my official pick for the Celtics and Mavericks. And I think I just did a 180. I'll tell you on the other side. Don't touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey everybody, together, let's drive into summer in what we really want to drive. I'm out here at Olive Branch at All-Star Chevy where all the new Silverados are. Some mark 12% off invoice. Seriously, it's a sweet buyer's market. Financing as low as 1.9 and no payments for 90 days on new Trailblazers, Silverados, Equinox, and more. And nothing beats family trips in a new Tahoe. And get this, an extra $500 bonus for college students, grads, military, first responders, healthcare, and teachers. And no matter what pre-owned you're looking for, find it here at Olive Branch at All-Star Chevy's All-American Pre-Owned Sale. All the Jeeps, Ram trucks, even Ram ProMaster cargo van. And don't forget 4Runners. Here in Olive Branch is where you could test drive them all. And bring All-Star any vehicle you want to sell and get a check today. Everyone at All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch wishes you a very happy and safe 4th of July as we celebrate our country's Independence Day. Don't miss All-Star Chevy's All-American Sale in Olive Branch. Just go to allstarautogroup.com.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled, and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Fiveash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. And look at you, hands perfectly placed on the wheel, not like the driver to the right of you who's really going after that drum solo. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
That's right, Randy. I've got 2024 Ram 1500 Traceman Quad Cab 4-wheel drive, $649 a month. Man, that is awesome. What else you got, Ronnie? 2024 Jeep Gladiator Sport 4-wheel drive, $659 a month. That's a hot deal on Gladiator Sport. What else you got? Get super power in a 2023 Charger RT Skypack, $698 a month. That's $8,600 off MSRP. So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the bike. Or shop online anytime at GossettMotorCars.net.
5,000 down. Ram RN 194282 MSRP 48,595. Jeep RL 116172 MSRP 51690. Charger PH 612877 MSRP 55110. Price includes all rebates and incentives and excludes PF 695. Payments include PF 695. All exclude tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Dealer stock only.
4.9 liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Monday, man. Make sure you go home today. Stop by Buster's Liquor Store, Buster's Butcher, get some Tito's, get some steaks, and get ready to have a wonderful night because we have college baseball, pro baseball, and the NBA Finals. All day long, Terry Davis, Boston. Jake Crane, Boston. Texters, Boston. Everything is saying Boston, 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 so why am I feeling like I need to go the other way?
Great question.
Don't we need, like, a really good game? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could use a nail-biter.
Sure.
I would love also to see Kyrie and Luka be able to extend this for selfish reasons because I want more sports to bet on. And with the more money right now coming in on Boston, I feel like I'm going to have to take Dallas +7.
Wow. How about that?
I mean, did you like anything that you saw from Game 4 with the Celtics?
No, I did not. That's a good point.
Do you feel a little bit better? I'm not crazy. I don't think that all of a sudden Dallas is going to turn this into a series.
No.
But damn it, I think 7 points could get me the cover in cash.
A lot of points, John. Or supposed to be a lot of points. It kind of hasn't been this series, though.
I mean, and Kristaps, man, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm rocking. I'm firing. I'm taking Dallas plus the 7, and I hope everybody out there can say thank you to John later. Don't forget, if you want to do this, I like doing this, put a little bit, get +7. Watch the first few minutes, man. You know, Boston at home, crowd gets into it. They go up by 5 or 6 points. Next thing you know, if you're getting like 12 or 11, jump on it. The game's going to end close. We'll talk about it tomorrow. For Brian Dacus, I'm John Harden. Get out there, make the world a better place. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Automatic Gates Construction tailors custom gate solutions for all your residential, commercial, and industrial needs, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes in designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blends security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution. Automatic Gates Construction at myautomaticgates.com.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
There are many real estate companies out there, but then there's Banyan Tree Realtors on the Tigerville Town Square. There are hands-on, family-owned boutique real estate companies whose agents have been offering exceptional attention to their clients for over 40 years. In an ever-changing world, Banyan Tree continues to maintain a small-town personal charm while providing a worldwide connection through its internet marketing presence. Personal service will never go out of style at Banyan Tree Realtors. Their agents are people you can trust, offering service you deserve. From residential homes to commercial properties, farmland, land lots, and historical houses, Banyan Tree has the expertise you can rely on. So if you're downsizing, upsizing, moving in, or moving on, give Banyan Tree Realtors a call today. Craig Smith and Mary Jean Smith and their agents are ready to serve you. Call today at 901-620-8920 or 901-359-2520.
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square. Fun, friendly, exciting, and comfortable with wall-to-wall TVs for all your favorite games, 24 taps for all your favorite beers, including NA and local craft beers, and an in-front-of-the-wall full bar for all your other favorite beverages, including a full wine list. Add in an upscale menu, patio seating, daily specials, and events, and you found all your sports in the one right place. The Owner's Spot Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square, Highway 70.
You know, sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Witten Road.
I got him on the line, Jason, the main man Marshall, and he's ready to rock and Gossett Volkswagen on the pike.
Randy, it's vacation time, so take the road wherever it leads you with 42 miles per gallon on the highway in a brand new 2024 Volkswagen Jetta SE for only $249 a month.
That's an awesome deal at Gossett Volkswagen on the pike. And Jason, my main man Marshall, everybody in Memphis knows when it comes to a great deal, it's all about choices.
Take your pick from 2024 Tiguan S front-wheel drive or a 2024 Taos SE for only $279.28 a month, plus 0% for 60 months on all new 24 Taos. And you know my motto, make me an offer, because nothing reasonable will be refused.
Ask for Jason, the main man Marshall, at Gossett Volkswagen, 1875 Covington Pike. Online, GossettVWMemphis.com.
Where we're charging forward and charging less every day.
...2008. This year's in-season iteration of Hard Knocks will feature all four teams of the AFC North: the Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, and Browns. Former LSU football coach Les Miles has filed a lawsuit against the school, alleging that its decision to vacate 37 wins from his tenure has cost him a chance to qualify for the College Football Hall of Fame. And we've got an upset brewing at Euro 2024. Slovakia is on the verge of beating Belgium. They lead 1-0 late in the second half. Earlier, Romania dominated Ukraine 3-0. And still to come at 3 Eastern on Fox, France takes on Austria. I'm Nick Cope.
Previously on The Herd.
Why did Robert Saleh say it was unexcused? If you want to be the man, that's like a 24/7 gig. You can't quarterback remotely. For Saleh to say it was unexcused, that tells you, I don't care what they say publicly, they're getting frustrated.